Hi guys, okay, so Coach Brandon here, I'm the tumbling director at Elite Cheer, and this is one of the athletes that's been with us forever. She's on our top level team, STARS. Her name is Smiley, okay, and she's going to walk us through some exercises you can do at home for our virtual training for level 1 and 1.5 athletes, working cartwheels, round-offs, bridge kickovers, things like that, okay? So what we're going to start with is, can you face this way, Smiley? Thank you. Okay, you're going to put your arms up all the way behind your ears, and we're just going to start with working on stepping out into a correct lunge. Okay, so she's going to extend one foot forward. Good, and she's going to bend her front knee, making sure that her knee does not go in front of her toe. Feet really far apart. Straight line from her hands all the way down to her foot. Okay, and then she's going to step feet back together, and then do it on the other leg as well. Okay, just to reinforce correct hands to foot on both sides. You're going to do 10 of those alternating, okay? It was so good until right there. 10 on each side until you've done 20 total, okay? Go ahead and pause the video and do those now. After you've done your 10 step-throughs on each side, practicing your lunge, you're going to get a lunge on your good side, or the side you prefer, meaning like if you do your cartwheel with your left foot in front, you're going to use the left leg in front for this, okay? So Smiley's a lefty, she puts her left foot in front, arms behind her ears, hands together just to reinforce close arms, hands to foot, still a straight line, and she's going to do a teeter-totter, reaching her hands down to this box, which would be like a couch or a mattress at home. She's maintaining the straight line, and then she's going to come off it, still trying to maintain arms behind ears all the way up. You're going to do, stepping back all the way into a lunge, you're going to do 10 of those.
Three, two, go.
If you've done the teeter-totters, reaching your arms down to a couch or a mattress, you can try the advanced version if you have a parent at home that can help you, or a sibling that you trust, okay? So you're going to do the teeter-totter drill nice and slow, but someone is going to help you lift your leg and try to go all the way up to a handstand as long as you're maintaining a correct hollow body, okay? So she's reaching down in her teeter-totter slowly, and then I'm going to pick her legs up, and if she's good enough, she'll go all the way to a correct handstand, okay? But most likely you're going to be a little lower for the newer athletes. And then some common things they're going to do that would mess this up are arch their back, bend their elbows, stick their head out. Okay, so if that happens, bring them back down slowly, okay? And make sure that you're only going as high as they can still maintain a straight body line and core tension. Try to do 5 sets of 10-second hold until you can go all the way to a full handstand. Pause the video. So after the teeter-totter exercise, we're going to move on to using a wall, okay? So she's going to put her back to the wall, hands on the ground, walk her feet up the wall, and then the goal is to do this eventually with as straight legs as possible. But she's going to walk her hands as close to the wall as she's comfortable with, okay? And then she's going to slowly walk her hands about halfway out, and then try to go back to the wall again without ever coming back down off the wall, okay? If she's doing this and you see your athlete arches her back, or sticks her head out, or bends her elbows, you want them to start over because that's not reinforcing good habits. Okay, so you want to do that about 5 times if you can maintain feet against the wall halfway out, and then back up. And if you need to come back down, maybe do 10 of them where you're taking a break in between each one. Okay, pause the video and do that. Once we're done with our handstand walks against the wall, we're going to try some actual cartwheels. So if you have a wall that you're comfortable with them doing a cartwheel next to, maybe in the basement, allow them to do that, and if they need to just do them on the floor, that's fine. But if they have somewhere they can practice this, you're gonna have your athlete, so Smiley, go over here. She's a lefty, okay, so you want basically your bad leg is closest to the wall, so that's her right leg over there. And we're gonna show you what this will probably look like as they start. She's gonna try to do a cartwheel and have her legs be touching the wall as she's going over to the other side. Okay, so you might see them go up and have some bent legs and shaky, their arms are bent, their feet come together over the top. We want feet apart the whole time. Here's what it should look like. Show me that again. Straight legs still, whole time through. She's trying to maintain hands, straight line to her back leg. Okay, cartwheel, good. All the way through, feet apart. And the tighter you stay, the better chance you have of not bouncing off the wall. Okay, and then if you need to, because they can't make themselves get close enough to the wall without bouncing off, then you spot their hips. So Smiley, one more time. If you spot their hips, you can help them maybe slow it down and take some pressure off their arms so they can focus on straight legs and feet as far apart from each other as possible the whole way through, and then coming out of it in a pretty lunge, arms by ears. Good job. So you're gonna do 10 of those against the wall. Okay, pause video.
Three, two, one.
So after they've done their reps against the wall, which is going to teach them how to maintain a hollow core, not arching, not sticking their head out, you want them to do it just on the floor to see if it's improved or if it's maintaining. What you might see at first to indicate that they need more practice against the wall is a cartwheel that looks like this. Okay, so you might see that your athlete, go ahead, sticks her head out, arches her back, has bent legs through, kind of stumbles on the landing, and then their arms come up slower. Okay, that's what the wall is there for, to reinforce squeezing your core and straight arms to ears, straight line from your hands to your foot the whole way through. So now show us the correct cartwheel. So she's going to start, her belly button should be starting facing one way, and when she lands facing 180 degrees the other direction, arms by ears the entire time, straight line from her hands to her back foot. Beautiful, good job. So you're going to do 10 correct cartwheels, shrugging arms all the way by ears, and then if you can, you're going to go to the advanced version, but pause video. So once you've gone through the correct form of two-arm cartwheel, you're going to try to transition to a one-arm cartwheel, and it's very important that they're using their good arm. So if they put their left foot in front, left arm goes on the ground, okay, and their other arm goes around their belly just to keep it safe, not behind their back. Okay, so bad arm around their belly. This is going to teach them how to kick fast and shrug through their shoulder. Go ahead. Good. And everything stays the same, still trying to have a straight line from their hand to their foot, landing belly button facing the way they came from in a good lunge. Okay, do 10 of those. And if you need to, spot the hips.
You didn't spot the hips yet, right?
No.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
So one more.
So if your athlete needs a little bit of help,
Yep.
Here's a great way to help. Spot the hips, get them twisted, land, and let them set up.
Wait,
Right.
one arm or two arms?
One arm of the spot, right?
You can do two arms, one arm, same. Here, we'll just push pause.
Do it for the one arm though, because I'm saying like so if they're struggling a little bit with the one-arm cartwheel on their own, or for the two-arm cartwheel, I'm going to show you how to spot the hips the whole way through so they can get the confidence to kick fast enough and trust eventually being able to do it on one arm. Okay, so show me a lunge. You're going to put your hand on the hip of their front leg, and as they kick, you're going to put your hand on the other hip. Okay, hand, and that takes the weight off their arm a little bit so they feel more confident to go for it. Okay, and you're going to do 10 of those, and if they're using their hands and putting both on the ground, you want their good hand to turn sideways, and their second hand will turn in, facing their front hand, okay? 10 reps. Once you finish all your cartwheel reps, okay, you're going to move on to round-offs, which means we're trying to get our feet together as soon as we can over the top, land with them together, and now it's more important that we're getting our hands off the ground as fast as we can, okay? So Smiley, go ahead and demo a round-off toes to the wall. So she's going to go slow, kick and turn towards the wall, feet together as soon as she can. You'll know it's correct if the feet hit at the same time. You should hear one sound, feet hitting together, not foot. And then you're going to check whether or not they're engaging their core by pushing, maybe like with a medium strength on their lower back. And if they can squeeze and not fold, then you know they have the tension in the right place. So if you have a wall that you're comfortable with your athlete doing the round-off toes to the wall against, have them do that. If you don't, you can spot this skill as long as they're kicking slow. Same deal, I'm trying to make sure that she can get her feet together before it hits my arm. And then she's going to focus on turning her good hand out and turning her bad hand in towards her first hand, okay? So she's going to do the same thing against the wall, but I'm going to catch her legs as they come over the top, and she just wants to try to have feet together before they get to me, okay? And then you bring them down slowly, 10 reps, pause the video. So if you don't have a wall that they can kick to and try to get their feet together, and you don't feel comfortable catching their legs over the top, you can use a mattress. And this works really well for athletes that are newer to the round-offs. And it's going to give them a lot of time in the air to just focus on trying to get their shoes or their feet together before they hit whatever it is their legs are landing on. Okay, and one more time, core tension. They need to be squeezing their core as they kick over the top so they don't fold when their feet land. And they need to be turning their second hand in to promote going that direction. So she's going to do a round off nice and slow, feet together over the top, and then they will land on top of the mattress, and I'm going to make sure that she's engaging her core. Go ahead, Smiley. Kick, turn, feet together, okay? And then you're just going to push a little bit on her lower back, and if she can squeeze, you're good to go, 10 reps. So once they've gone through their cartwheel and round-off precursors and drills to do before the actual full round-off, you're going to let them do about 10 reps on the floor from a lunge. We don't need to be running into this, okay? We don't need to be banging up the house. Just a lunge round-off, so make sure they're in the correct. Arms behind the ears, knee bent but not in front of toe, foot way behind, straight line, hands to foot. She's going to do a round-off on the floor and try to get her hands off the ground before her feet land. Go ahead. Push. Good. And then that's your end goal. 10 reps of those. Okay, after you're done with your round-offs on the floor, you're going to find another wall that you're comfortable with, or even just a mattress to put your feet on top. Okay, you can be belly or back towards the wall, but she's going to get up in a handstand. And we're going to focus just on shrugging. There's a very important aspect of any tumbling skill that has your hands on the ground. Okay, you want to feel still like your arms are behind your ears. You do not want to bend your elbows. Feet together, and it's a very small range of motion, but she's just going to sag her shoulders and then focus on picking her shoulders all the way up as high as she can, hiding her ears, strong arms, 10 reps, okay? So moving on from handstands and round-off type skills, we're going to work on back walkover progressions or drills or exercises they can do at home. Starting with the bridge down to the back bend from standing up. You want feet about shoulder width apart. Hands are going to go on top of anything squishy. If you don't know for sure that they have the skill and they can't do it every time on the floor, use something like a mattress or anything that's kind of a padded landing. Okay? She's going to focus, just like our other skills, on arms behind her ears, pushing her hips forward to maintain not falling, and she's going to lower herself down as slow as she can. Okay, so she'll go down, hold that for a couple seconds, then you can come down or stand yourself back up if you can. You're gonna do 10 reps of those. If they can't bridge down on their own, you simply hold the hips forward. Okay, you bring them down as slow as they can, arms up, good. Hips forward, reach back, slow it down for them so it doesn't have a fast impact. Same thing, 10 reps, pause the video. Okay, so after we've done our bridge downs, we're going to work on getting up in a bridge and practicing the kick over. If you're lucky enough to have a panel mat at home, put their feet on top of that and she can push herself up into a bridge. You could also use things like an ottoman, a couch, mattress, same deal with the lowest step on a staircase. Okay, so she gets up in a bridge and then she's going to kick over. Good, trying to have as straight of legs as possible. If they cannot do a kickover off something low enough to where they could get themselves up into a bridge, you can have them kick into a handstand and slowly lower their feet down on top of it. Go ahead. So she'll kick to a handstand, I'll help her get into the bridge, good. And then she's ready to try the kickover. Okay, same deal, kicking far, trying to have straight legs, coming off the ground, arms to ears, and then your goal is to lower the height of the surface that she's kicking off. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 reps of those. If you've done your progressions in lowering the surface that they're kicking off, or you already know that your athlete can do the kick over off the floor, you're gonna get in a bridge up on the floor, okay? You wanna get your shoulders still trying to stretch past your hands to promote getting to the other side. Kick hard, really hard with whatever leg is going first, and then you're gonna try to lift your hips and jump off the other foot, okay? 10 reps, bridge off the floor, kick over, and you're ready to move on. Okay, moving on from kickovers and back walkover type drills and progressions, we're going to work on front limber, going forward and tumbling, okay? So you're going to find a wall that you're comfortable with, hands on the floor, walk your feet up into a handstand, you want chest all the way against the wall. You're going to get up in a clean handstand and then slowly peel your feet off the wall, bridging down, trying to maintain your sports bra against the wall as possible, okay? If you need it, good, come back down. If you need it, have a parent spot or a sibling that you trust, okay? Try to keep your chest against the wall. You're going to do 10 reps of that. Once you get through the first 10, if you feel comfortable doing it with a spot just on the floor, do that. And if you think you can do it by yourself, then do the handstand bridge down on the floor, no spot. And then eventually your final goal is to be able to stand up out of the bridge going forward, okay? And then she's gonna rock and stand up, and if we can, we'll get it to a smooth transition where right when her feet land, she's already rocking and standing up, okay? So you're gonna do 10 reps and go through twice. If you can, second set, make it a little harder.
Cool.
If you've been through all the other drills and exercises, there's one more that you could focus on, and it's a little more advanced, okay? So Smiley's gonna get up in a bridge, and then these are in and outs, which are amazing to help with your range of motion in your shoulders. So she's up in a nice bridge, and she's gonna try to flip over into a plank on her hands, and be able to flip back both directions, okay? So you wanna do that 10 times, one towards one arm and 10 towards the other arm, okay? They're called in and outs. They really help with walkovers, getting your shoulders behind your ears, which will help as we go to flipping skills like back handsprings.
Okay, turn and face me. Spine, not your crotch, your head.
Noggin, I don't know.
Good, and there we go. And,
do the in and out.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so she's up in a nice bridge, trying to push her shoulders past her hands as much as she can, feet are almost together, then she's gonna flip over to one side. Okay, so it's like folding a book. She's taking one half of her body and trying to fold it over the top, and then vice versa as she brings it back into a bridge. Good, rolling that arm out and still trying to push her armpits forward the entire time. You're gonna do 10 reps each direction, maintaining core as you go to the plank, and then maintaining arms open, good bridge as you flip over again. Good?
Done.
The next exercise we're going to do is sit, throw, jumps, okay? And that's a precursor to doing back handsprings down the road. So what she's going to do is she's going to start arms by ears initially, okay? We're going to do 10 reps of sitting. And you want to get your hips down as low about to where your knees are, and then you want to extend and jump real far, okay? Onto a mattress, or if you have a big couch you can jump on top of. You're going to do 10 reps focusing on jumping long, extending all the way through your toes, okay? And arms by your ears the entire time. Once you get through those 10, you're going to do another set where we incorporate the swing. So you're going to start arms by your sides, sit in your chair just like before, and then you're going to focus on swinging arms all the way up to your shoulders before you initiate your jump, okay? Go ahead. Sit, swing, jump, okay? 10 reps of those, and then you've got the precursor for back handsprings.
Okay.
Pause.
Just mention one thing. We're going to do 10. Real quick, I'll take this in. A couple of reminders. When we jump, try to get your calves to your ankles onto the mat.
Yeah,
okay. Jump longer is better.
Yep.
Using kind of the common,
the
common elite chair physics. Go ahead. I'm so wrong.
Wait, do you want me to?
I don't want you to fly
So
off.
start a little further away. Start a little further away. And I'm going to mention that anyways. Okay? A couple things about the sit, throw, jumps. I want you to be trying to jump as long as you can, okay? And depending on what you're landing on, you want to scoot away from that object so you have some space to cover first. So scoot a little even further, good. Okay, arms up by your ears just so we're focusing on length. Sit in a chair and you want to stretch this thing out as far as possible. Longer is better for back handsprings. Go ahead, sit, throw, jump. Good. Stretch it out, feet together the entire time. 10 reps.